In the meantime, the NDC MP for Ningo Prampram, Samuel George, is demanding the immediate release of the Fix the Country protesters who have been arrested a while ago by the police. He says the arrest amounts to display of intolerance and is urging the president to order the IGP to release them. Sam George has been insisting that their activity today did not amount to unlawful assembly. Well, as you know, we're being told that they have been released on bail. But listen to Sam George.
Country be fixed. Is that what the police would want to show their might? The police should be reminded that in fixing the country, their colleagues who escort bullion vans would be given proper protection when they sit in bullion vans if this country is fixed. The police should be reminded that if this country is fixed, the accommodation, the squalor in which many police officers live in our police barracks, which is akin to chickens in a hen coop, will be fixed. And so I honestly think that the law is made for man, not man for the law. And so the police service must be a lot more circumspect in their show of force. You would have expected the police service to have gone shutting down the funerals of Sir John or the crowds that we are seeing accompanying His Excellency the President as he's campaigning. Those are unlawful assemblies. I mean, the crowds that have been lined up, the school children, lined up intentionally to await the arrival of the president. It's an unlawful assembly. It's an unlawful gathering. Did they seek the Public Order Act? They are more than the protesters. You understand me? But the police is not shutting them down. So we seem to have two regimes of law. You would expect the police to be a little more advanced in their deployment of the law. I mean, what is it if you have 10, 15 people holding placards, simply not obstructing traffic, not being a nuisance to the public, not disturbing the public peace, but simply asking for the country to be fixed? I struggle to see the rationale behind it.
From what we are told, they are still at the Accra Region Police Command as at now. How do you advise that the police handle this going forward, if they would be measured and more advanced in the way they do things from as you're asking them?
As it appears now, I doubt that the police in itself will take advice from me or any Ghanaian. So let's not waste that advice. But I think
should they be released?
But
should they be released?
Absolutely. I mean, but you can't hold them. You can't hold them. You need to grant them bail. And the courts of Ghana are clear. You can't hold them and say it's a weekend. Yeah, it's a Friday, but you can't hold them. You need to grant them bail. The courts are clear on that. So for me, that's without question. I mean, what you want to see is political authority take action and traction on this. You know, under a president who was celebrated as a respecter of the rule of law, as a campaigner for the respect of the rule of law, for civil liberties, the rights of the citizen, for a president whose track record coming into office, that we were told, was that he believed in the liberties of his citizens. I mean, you would want to see him issue a clear directive to his IGP, to trickle down to his line commanders, regional and divisional commanders, that look, be careful how you go about this. For the NPP that came to power on the back of such social activism, look, many of these individuals who today are holding these placards went on the public campaign platforms and campaigned for President Akufo-Addo in 2016.
Well, we will be in Parliament to speak to Joseph Opoku-Gakpo live to find out who else has been saying about this particular development this afternoon. But you can join us with your messages as well. What do you think of what's going on? Now we're told that the people who were arrested have been released. The number is 0540109009. That's 0540109009. Let's hear from you. Let me connect with Joseph Opoku-Gakpo standing by for me in Parliament. Hi, Joseph. Good afternoon to you, Joseph. So we've heard Sam George speak about this incident. What we know just before we came to Sam George was that those who were arrested have been released. Parker is on the ground to verify that for us and to see if we can speak to the people ourselves. But is it Sam George who alone who has been responding to this, or are there other responses from other people in Parliament?
Well, basically it's been Mr. George responding to this, making the point that he thinks even the whole effort on the part of the security agencies to actually pull brakes on this planned demonstration by the Fix the Country group is very much out of place, and he insists that the president needs to exercise some tolerance and allow for these demonstrations to actually unfold. So basically it's been Mr. George making that point to the police and also to the president.